guys, it's Miss Miniature, and I am back with another episode of the 100 Baby Challenge. Right now, Marley is quite uncomfortable because she's super hungry, but she has morning sickness. So, she's hungry, but she doesn't really want to eat anything. But obviously, we're going to have her make fruit salad and see how that goes, because I can't let my Sims starve to death, because it wouldn't be much of a challenge if it ended now. But when she is done eating, I'm going to get her to paint more, just because we only have like 319 simoleons, and she has a baby on the way, and I know social services will provide a crib and everything, but I just don't want to be caught unprepared and have like no money. And I know I can sell some things that I just have in the house for aesthetics, like that table that she never seems to sit at. Please go sit at the table. I built it for you. There. No, she's done eating now. It doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, if worse came to worse, I could sell like the table and the cupboards and everything. But I don't want to have to resort to that. I don't want her 100 babies or however many she manages to have to grow up in a barren house. So I don't want to have to sell my furniture to pay bills. So right now I am going to get her to paint, and hopefully she'll increase her skill and we'll start actually seeing some real money. Because that's what this episode is probably going to be more about, is making some more money, because she's already pregnant, she's already got another donor lined up, so this one probably more about making money. But I am going to send her to volunteer, because it's one of her whims, and I kind of want to see what the reaction is with it, just because it's new with the Parenthood pack. So we are going to send her to walk to fight a disease as soon as she is done painting. And then I don't think she'll travel with her. You'll just kind of get the updates. And I think you might get to make a choice, but I'm not sure if that'll happen here. So off she goes. And we'll just stare at this empty house until she returns, since she doesn't have any children. So she's returned. So it says, volunteering is fun and builds character. It feels good to do things for others. It sure does, Marley. You are correct. So now I'm going to get her to collect a couple things before she goes back to painting, and then we should probably start taking care of her needs, because once she gets to her next trimester, her needs are going to start depleting quite quickly. So I'm going to get her to gather those things while she's in a good mood, while she's able, even though she's like waddling around, taking her time, but it happens. She's pregnant. I can't expect her to run everywhere. That would be ridiculous. So I am just going to get her to get some food now that she's collected a couple things, and then we're going to sell those. And after that, she's pretty much just going to go to bed. So I am going to cut here, and I will see you when she wakes up. Alright, so she is awake now. We just got her to sell the painting that she finished. And, oh good, I thought she wasn't going to make it to the bathroom. I was pretty sure she's going to wet herself. But thankfully she didn't. But, of course, she's hungry again. I guess that is, I know that is quite frequent in The Sims, especially when they hit their third trimester. I feel like all your Sims does is use the bathroom and eat. So, yeah, go sit at the desk again. I really am going to sell that table and put something else there, because you never sit there. Actually, it's probably because that chair is more comfortable. That may be it. But don't get too comfortable there, Marley, because if I have to make room for another toddler bed, that is going to be the first thing to go, and you will have to sit at the dinner table. So I haven't decided on any names, or I haven't really started to pick out any names. I just know the first baby's name is going to start with A, and then B, and so on and so forth until I finish the alphabet 4 times, most likely, or, fairly close to 4 times. But the vampire rules are now up, which is awesome, since my next donor, I plan to woo Caleb. And anyway, so if any of my children turn out to be vampires, then you get 2 points. So it's the same like with aliens, so that'll be good. So I may not get through the alphabet as many times if I have children with aliens and vampires more frequently. Oh, and look who called, Caleb. So he wanted us to go to GeekCon. His computer's broken, and anyway, But we're not going to go to GeekCon. Instead, we're going to go volunteer again, and we didn't get any choices, but we did get the same message as last time, just basically saying how good it feels to volunteer. So we'll get a nice little boost from that for a little bit. And then we're still just working on taking care of her needs, making sure she's comfy, happy, and then we'll make some more money. So that is a beautiful owl, by the way, that she's drawn. Yeah, but she actually got quite a bit of money for that, all things considered. So that's good. And I am going to cut here again because all she's going to do is take care of her needs and paint some more. And I really don't want to bore you guys to death. So I'm going to come back in just a little minute. All right. So we are back, and we made a couple hundred simoleons or so, maybe about 400. Anyway, she had just gone to bed when all of a sudden she went into labor. So perfect. We're going to have a baby this episode, which is exactly what I wanted, and I'm really glad I cut out what I did, because if I hadn't done that, well, then we wouldn't be here. Anyway, so it's a boy. So what am I going to name him? It's going to have to start with an A. Yeah, let's go with Adam. Adam's like a pretty decent, well, I mean, it's a good boy's name and it starts with A, so we're going to name him Adam. Yep, that'll be a perfect name for our first child. So I'm pretty excited. I would do like a close-up of the baby, but I mean, they pretty well all look the same until they're toddlers, I find. So, but I mean, you will get to see him because, of course, we're going to place him in the kitchen, because where else would you place him, right? I mean, again, I could delete the toddler bed and put him in his own room, but I'm going to need that toddler bed later. So we're just going to put him in the kitchen so that she can still invite people over and woohoo, and he won't really be in the way. And yeah, so in the kitchen he goes. And obviously now we want to get her to know Adam a little bit, and then we want to get right back on to finding another donor, which I guess she's already found, but she just has to invite him over, which I guess isn't against the rules. Like in the Sims 3 version of this challenge, you couldn't invite anyone over, I don't think. I'm not sure. I didn't read the Sims 3 rules super thoroughly just because I wasn't playing The Sims 3, but I know in Sims 4 you can leave your home freely, but you can't leave your children with a nanny. You have to just let them go to daycare, which I think is pretty good. So when you get super stressed out, you can just be like, "Okay, I'm done with this. Bye, kids. I'm going somewhere." But right now she's going to sell some stuff, and I got her to buy one of the parenthood books. Yeah, or parenting books, I guess. And she's gonna practice talking in the... Oh, splendid. Caleb just showed up. Perfect. I love vampires in this game. They just show up at your house. This is splendid. So first we're going to just ask about his day. I mean, we're not gonna like jump right into flirting. Like open the door and be like, "Hello, Caleb. Let's make a baby." Could you imagine? What would you do if your friend opened the door like that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, in The Sims, it would probably work, but in real life, I don't think it would. But, you know, we'll at least ask him how his day was, and then we'll jump into the flirting. Thankfully, our child, or Adam, is being good. Oh, she has to pee. No, you don't have to pee. Like, just wait. Fine, we'll go pee really quickly, and then we'll jump right back into this. I hope he didn't come here to read books again. That would be annoying. He did. He came here to read books. Like, do you not have a bookcase at home? At least he picked up the parenting book. Or that's what it looks like it is, the parenting book. So, back to flirting. So far, so good. He didn't reject us, which is good. Because, well, I mean, I would understand if he did. Because he probably, like, came over to read books and she opened the door all enthusiastic about trying to make children with him. Oh no, did he leave? Oh no, just went outside of our house for some reason. I mean, it's nighttime, so he's not going to burst into flames, so it's alright. But yeah, we're going to keep flirting. We don't want to keep using the same interaction. Ooh, we're going to go in for our first kiss. I'm definitely not going to miss the screenshot on that. Oh, I don't have headline effects off. We'll just do the shot low enough that you don't see the little plum bot. That's what it's called, right? I think so. And Perfect. I mean, she's in her pajamas and he still kissed her, so that's nice. He must like her for her. But, yeah, I mean, oh, and he's gonna run away again. To the bookshelf. Like, dude, you're giving mixed signals here. So we're gonna kiss his hands, and then hopefully we're gonna try for a baby. Hoping that's gonna work if we have enough of a relationship with him then, and we should. No, not yet, but soon. Maybe after these 2 interactions. Hopefully, and then we can just basically cast him away. He's like he was never existed as soon as we're impregnated by him. Sorry, Caleb. I really want to call him Caleb, but I'm pretty sure that it's pronounced Caleb, but I could be wrong. And if it's pronounced Caleb, that would be great, and I'll pronounce it as such. I mean, not that it will really matter, because he probably won't make much of an appearance after this interaction. So, yeah. And, let's see. Oh, perfect. They are going to go do their thing. And again, we're just going to kind of wander around the neighborhood because I feel weird just like standing, like I said in the last episode, it feels weird just watching. But at the same time, if you're not watching, you're like, okay, are they done yet? What's going on? So they have finished their interaction and it looks like he's going to go to sleep. Oh, no. She's going to go to sleep. Oh, no. We're going to do it again, though. Just, for better luck. And they're gonna do their applaud thing and jump right into it. Now I guess I'm just gonna sit here and kind of look at the baby, make sure that she or he is not going into any distress while they're doing their thing. Oh, and then he's gonna leave right after. Perfect. Bye. Dag dag. So then she has been neglecting her needs a little bit during those events. And so she's going to take care of those, and then we're going to have her take a pregnancy test to see if she is pregnant again. Which if she is, that would be perfect. And I didn't even have to call and invite him over. Like, he just showed up. That's so convenient. Like, thank you. Vampires are awesome. And now that the vampire rules are out, and I know well, I guess teens count as 2 because you don't know if if your child is a vampire until they hit teen. So, I mean, you can kind of guess if they're super pale, but I mean, their father would have been super pale, so you don't really know it for sure until they're teenagers. But anyway, so if it is a vampire, it's worth 2 children. So just 1 less child I actually have to actually have. So this seems as good a place as any to end this episode. I know I said I was going to get her to take a pregnancy test, but I lied. I figured I'm going to leave you in suspense to see if the interaction worked and if she is pregnant. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I will be back soon for another one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!